Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Helderland by Siep. I hope I said that correctly. This is a new mod map out. It is Dutch. It's 269.66 megabytes to download. Top right hand corner, I have taken the liberty of leasing a pickup because on the map, this is what the map looks like. On New Farmer, we start with field 29 right up there to the northeast, field 62, and then down here field 15 and a main farm area with some equipment on. But we start right up here on our own, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I've leased a pickup, bought it up here so we can start the tour. Now, there's a few things you need to be aware of. Field prices vary from very small down here for 18,000 through small to medium up to the larger ones, field 54 being an example there, 878,000. Fantastic. That's the map. Oh yeah, the periphery is 4,627,026. So if you want to buy the verges, because it's always around the outside as it is now in the middle as well. If you want to buy all that, it's a fair bit of money, but you can if you want to. Now, there are hidden slots. I know I often refer to hidden slots on certain maps. That is because this map has 4 farms. The farm we start with, and then it has a farm here. We have a farm here. We have a farm here. And we have a farm down here. Each of these plots are fairly inexpensive. That one's 31.9. That one is 133,836. That one is 71,904. And this one here is 4848. There's also a plot here which is 38,778. So what I'm going to do before I start, I'm going to borrow some money from the bank. We'll buy all of those plots. The reason being, we need to be able to see what's on them all. Because if we go to them at the moment, the buildings are there, but none of the triggers will be, and we want to see what we've got available. So when I say hidden slots, if you just came on here and started playing and start with your farm, each of those farms has got farm buildings and various different things on them, which are using potentially slots that you might not want to use. You might want to clear them. You want to start again. That is entirely your prerogative. There are contracts available on this map. What I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to just borrow some money and then we'll get cracking. Okay then, the map now looks like this. So as you can see, each one of those has now got all the various different triggers available on them. You can see there's a lot of stuff. We have got a sleep trigger at the start, and they're all there already. There's a sleep trigger at each farm. There's a farmhouse at each farm. That would have been easier to say, a farmhouse, wouldn't it? Right, let's pop in this. Other thing to point out, under number plates on this map, the map maker has put in 7. I think there's 7 different number plate types you can put in. So you can change the number plates if you want. Now, something else that might be kind of glaringly obvious. It's quite dull. It's a sunny day, and I sped up time to get the sun up in the air a little bit. The shadows are very dark on here. Very dark. You'll see as we go around. Ditches are severe, and there are quite a lot of them. You'll need to be aware of that too. The other thing I need to do, I think I haven't put it on. There we go. Let's do, there we go, that on and on. There we go. That's better. So, what I'm going to call Farm 1, just because it's up the top. They're arbitrary numbers. There are 5 farms. You start with the main farm. That could be Farm 1. Farmhouse trigger, just up here. Oh, that's a good point. Before I carry on, looking at these buildings, required mods. We haven't had many maps that have had required mods. This one has got a lot. This ties into the megabyte download for the map. The megabyte download was 269.66. The amount of mods, pretty much all from DMI 20mm Normandy, it's Dutch Modding Inc. We've got the Placeable Dairy Farm Package, Old Farm Package, Modern Shed, Old Cowshed, Cowshed 3+0, Dutch Shed Pack, Bunker Silo, Cowshed 3+3, Farmsilo Package and EU Factories. Those will download automatically when you download the map, but that adds another about 110 megabytes for those mods on top of the 269.66 for the map. So again, at least I assume that, yeah, it should be, yeah, because they're extra mods on top of what the map is, yeah. It has to download them, so that's what it'll be. So anyway, a lot of these are part of that pack. So as far as mods go, the map maker may have put in, there's all the required mods you need anyway. There's a few buildings and sheds and a few odds and ends the map maker's put in. But as you can see, the shadows are very shadowy, even with the torches on, and there's not a lot of lighting on a lot of these buildings either. For some people that'll be an instant not interested. The frustrating thing is, it's a cracking map. Some great features, nice details, you know, it's just a bit frustrating. So we've got a cow barn here. This Farmsilo pack has got me puzzled. If you click on this, this is one of those ones you can have filled up. The only two options I'm getting on all of the silos around the map is seeds or mineral feed. I don't know if it's supposed to be that. Maybe it is supposed to be that. I'm not too sure. We've got our manure heap around the sides here, and then we have got around the back here our trigger for our animals. This one is a 35, I think this does. Yeah, 35 cows in this one. Things like these are placeables. These are part of the what's it called? Placeable dairy farm package. They're just decorative objects. There's quite a few of these around the map as well. But like I say, it's just when you're doing a map tour, it is frustrating, because I'm looking at this map thinking if the lighting was just a little bit different, it would be a whole different experience, because it looks great. It you know, say it feels Dutch. Never been to Holland, but you know what I mean. It kind of, judging from a lot of maps we've had in previous incarnations of the game, has got that feel, that look. Anyway, we're going to head to what I'm going to call farm number 2, which is in the northwest corner of the map. Means going through some of the dark areas again. Even putting the lights on, the headlights, it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. So from here, we will keep heading east. Not east, west even. Some of these areas look like they might be purchasable, but a lot of them are part of the verges, the periphery, you know. So there's nothing else on them. I did wonder if there was any extra sell points or anything like that, but they're not. They're all kind of part of it. We have got some forestry areas, as you can see. There's a bit of logging that can be done. Dead end up to the northwest farm. If you like cows, this is probably going to be a map for you. All of the animal pens on the map on all 5 farms are all cows. And interestingly, all the start equipment is all, well, for cows. Pretty much preparation of cow stuff. But there isn't, you don't start with a harvester actually. I thought I'd mention that as well. So I mean, here, when the lighting's a little bit better, it looks fantastic. Another farmhouse, just here. We go through, we've got another silo that will do seed or mineral feed. If we come round, we've got a dialogue box for the cowshed here, which is 35. We've got a fuel tank, fuel drum, 5,000 litre just there. If we go through to the back, more sheds, and we've got another silo, but it says the same thing as the other one, seed and mineral feed. Anyway, we've got silage clamps all over the place. I will talk about slot count when we get down to the main farm, where all the farm equipment is. But when I was checking to see how low I could get the slot count, on all 5 farms, I really struggled to remove the silage clamps. It didn't seem to want to know. Just again, just as a warning, if you are going to come on here and you decide actually I want to clear all the farms and put my own farms on them, I couldn't get the silage clamps to go. But that's again something we can talk about a little bit later on. So we have come from up here to what I said I'm calling Farm 1. Across there, past the forest, up here. We're now going to head straight down and then hopefully across to the biogas plant, which is over there, which will take us along the side of field 62, which we start with on New Farmer. We've got a few sell points, but there's no production chains. Other than the biogas plant, there's no production chains on the map. Just looking down this, forgotten anything? I don't think I have so far. I make a list of things that I want to talk about as we're travelling. I said contracts are available, didn't I? Yes. We've talked about required mods. The list of required mods is obviously on the information for when you download it, the map itself, but I've also put it in the description for the video. Just makes it up easier. I think I need to turn here. See what I mean about the ditches? They're quite severe, quite angular, sharp-sided. Steep-sided is the word, not sharp-sided. Steep-sided. We've got a little bit of rise and fall here and there, but for all intents and purposes the map is flat. Come across into here, we've got the biogas plant. This is a 60 kilowatt biogas plant. This is one I think the map maker put in. I don't think it's part of any of the required mods. We can buy this plot of land. I think the biogas plant itself is 150,000. Yeah, for the 60 kilowatt. And then the plot of land, you can, I'm sure you can buy it. Yeah, you can. For 35,508. So if you wanted to put, I'm not sure if you'd have a lot of room for any more silage clamps. We've got 2 silage clamps on here. You know, maybe you can fit one there or some other bits and bobs. Well, if you want to put one there. That's your biogas plant. From here, I'm just thinking, just racking my brains, where was it? I think it was this way. It's all really good, but I make my notes and I go around and do a quick whiz around the map just to kind of familiarise myself with it. And when you start doing the map tour, sometimes your mind just blanks. You're like, which way was I going? Big old wind turbines, and I don't think we can't own that. I don't think that's part. Pretty sure that's part of the verges. Yeah. So it's not like you can generate any power yourself from there. Heading south into the main village, I guess. We have got coming up on the right hand side the restaurant. Interesting, the restaurant is one of the 2 points on the map where you can sell wood. So you can sell lumber here, I think wood chips as well, here at the restaurant. Next door to the restaurant we've got, oh no, that one's just a factory, but to the left coming up we've got container cell. So another sell point tucked in the back just there. Container cell point. It's very much like the one by Short's modding that. That wasn't a mod, didn't say it was a mod to download. Continuing west again, we're heading to farm number 3. So you just drive off the road into the bushes, a bit like it. Another dead end road, but we're now into the southwest of the map. I think having so many farms on here, it's kind of not aimed more at multiplayer, but if you are going to do multiplayer, you've got 5 farms ready to go, and they are all very different in the way they're laid out. So, farmhouse just to the left, silage clamps to the left there as well. We have got a cow barn for 80 cows there. The various different feed triggers. Slurry comes out there. We've got a couple of sites again right next to each other, and I'm sure both of these keep saying the same thing. Yeah, seed and mineral feed. Seed and mineral feed. Slurry comes out of this end. Hang on, milks. Can we milk that end and slurry this end? Milk that end, slurry this end. We have a manure heap, just the sites. It's so hard to see them in the light. Manure heap and a large shed, storage shed. Another storage shed to the side there. Nothing in any of these. We do have another fuel point for 10,000 litres of fuel in that one. With another cow barn, this one's another 35. So we've got an 80 and a 35 at this one. So from the biogas plant, we came south, restaurant, container cell, out along this dead end road to here. We're now going to come across the map to the main farm that you start with. It's more cows. Spoiler alert, but it's more cows. I did speed up time when I came on to test the map to have a quick look round up to about midday, and the lighting didn't improve drastically, if at all, up to about midday. So sometimes I've done these and people said to me, oh, I should have just sped up time and the light would improve, but I did check it because I wasn't certain. So we are now heading east this time. Nice woodland areas for walks or cycling or whatever you want to do. So the start farm, which is now farm 4. This is the 4th one we're going to. This is the farm you actually start with on New Farmer. We've got another cow barn just here. This is another 80. We've got another fuel point. No more to it. I haven't bought anything. Oh, it said 10,000 litres in it. Diesel, yeah. Oh, sorry, you start with 10,000 litres. That's pretty cool. Swinging around, we come to our machinery. We do have another cow pen just there, 35. Another silo for seed and mineral feed. And here's where we have our start equipment. So now's a good time to talk about slot count. It's 956 is the slot count, and that's on all 3 game modes. New Farmer, Farm Manager, Start from Scratch, 956. If you buy all of the farms, if you sell all of the buildings that you can sell, if you sell all of the placeable bits and bobs like these that you can, and you sell your vehicles, I got it down to 763. You may get it lower. Biogas plant, if you buy the plot of land in the biogas plant, I suppose you could sell that and then put your own one on. You can get it lower than that, but I got it down to 763. As far as start equipment goes, we go to here. So we got the Massey Ferguson 5S 105. We've got the Fendt 724 Vario. We've got a class trailer. We've got the Amazon Senio 4000. We've got the Nordsten Cedar. We've got a rear mower. I think it's just the rear. Oh no, front and rear mower. We've got a windrower and we've got a loading wagon. So let's say no harvester. It's all grasswork stuff, and there's no actual silo for storing crops or anything like that. So I think the focus is more on cow animal husbandry rather than it is on arable farming. But obviously you can do arable farming if you want to, but that's what it's kind of set up for. The Massey Ferguson is tucked away in here. Excellent. The dark. And then we've got another farmhouse just at the front here. These farmhouses, I think each one of them has been the same. They do have a barn area kind of at the back of it as well. These are all released as separate mods because under the required mods by DMI 20mm Normandy. I think one of them was by Reffarmer, I think it is. Yeah, Reffarmer and DMI 20mm Normandy do. From here then, we're going to go into the town, village, taking the next couple of points. Oh, find people. We have got a gas station, fuel station just ahead of us. If we turn left, we have a large greenhouse available. You have to buy it, but it's 10,000. It is here. This is part of the land that's owned, that's expensive. Looks like it could do a bit of weeding as well in amongst all of this as well. But if you click on that, it will tell you. You can buy it for 10 grand if you want to do the greenhouse that's here, or you can place your own ones anywhere you wish. So, we come from the main farm, up there. We've done the gas station, greenhouse. We're now going to carry on east. Actually, we're going to go, yeah, out down there. And we're going to take in the last farm as well, and the last couple of points. Machinery store. Oh yeah, and that plot I said about, it's not actually a farm. There is a farmhouse. I suppose you could do like you could buy the plot, sell the farmhouse, and then use it for whatever you want. I suppose because there's no production chains on here, any of those farm spots, if you wanted to, you could buy the lands, sell all the stuff that's on it, and put your production chains, buildings and stuff on those if you wanted to. They're all flat. They've got buildings on them already, so there's absolutely no reason at all why it wouldn't work. It just depends what direction you want to go in with the map, I suppose. Look at those ditches. You'll be having a bad day if you end up in one of those. It does mean there's a limit to how much you could blend fields together if you wanted to. If that's something you like to do to make larger fields, that might be a bit of a problem, I guess. So, just here on the left hand side we've got our livestock market. That's just here. And then at the end of this road, right out on the east, we have got our machinery store. Across over there, not quite sure how it's right away there, but we have now. Machinery store, buy point is just there. Workshop trigger is around the side. This is also the reset point, so if you have to reset anything for any particular reason, this is where your machinery will reset to. And then from here we're going to head south to Farm 5. Which is, you've guessed it, it's a cow farm. I think this one's only got one cow barn though, pretty sure it has. On the right, as we drive past, we've got the farmhouse, just there. Barn space, fuel tank, double silage clamp, cow barn for 35, it was 35, another one of those silos as well. I did think this was a wash point. It does look like a wash point. There's no jet wash here, but you can put a jet wash to the side of it if you wanted to. So you've got a little kind of wash station, wash point just there. So we are now right in the southeast corner of the map, and we've got 1 point left to go and look at. Actually, there's something else I want to show you. When we've done that point, and this what I was saying earlier on about the map being a little, it's a cracking map. Yeah. Because there's some nice details, some little details on here that I've only come across a couple of times on various different maps. Whoa, got a wobble on. Bit of a tank slapper, got to be careful as we go. So, like I say, we've got this little plot up towards the northeast on the right hand side that only has a farmhouse and it has a workshop trigger, which we're coming up to on the right hand side now. I'll show you what I mean about the build mode, because it's, you know, I bought all these plots so I can show you everything that's here and show the triggers. So another farmhouse just here. We've got a workshop trigger tucked away in here. And then another large building. If we go into build mode and hover over them, each one of them can be sold. So it would leave you a big open area here for production chains or your own farm, whatever you want to do. I guess, like I say, if you're going to do multiplayer and you're going to have your own separate farm, or if you're doing single player and you decide, you know what, I could use those for something else, it just gives you, I suppose it gives you a lot more flexibility, I suppose. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Rather than just having them all as blank placeable points, having a farmer in the first place kind of makes sense. So, I'm going to take you to the last thing I want to show you. We're not far off where we started actually. If we come up here and then turn left on the side of this, I've got to be careful here because of the ditch. We have to go through, stay this side of the ditch to start with. Yeah, it sweeps down. Look, this flooded area across the. I mean, it's a fantastic detail. And you can just about see it on the map. We've come, well, all the way from here out to the livestock market, machinery store, down to farm 5, all the way up here to the workshop and farm. And we're here. You can just about kind of see where it's supposed to be. And it's kind of flooded along the. It's a great feature. I love it. I don't know if it's going to affect your crops or yield or anything. I don't suppose it will, but hey, you never know. No, I don't want people to come away from this thinking I'm being overly negative. Not at all. Like I keep saying, I think the map's cracking. I think it's a brilliant map. I really do like it. But there's the obvious, you know, I'm not going to keep mentioning it, but yeah. So that's the map. That's Helderland, yeah, Helderland by Siep. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.